everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about things we love like gaming, shows, and Mortal Kombat. Shao Kahn is the Emperor of Outworld, the boss of Mortal Kombat, the main cheese one would say. There is definitely a lot to say about this final boss. He's one you wouldn't want to mess with. He mocks you during a match, before a match, and after a match. And today we'll be taking a look at 10 awesome facts on the Emperor himself. But before we begin, can you guess who this character is? The first person to guess it correctly will receive a shout out. Just make sure you spell it correctly or it won't count. Now, enough of the delays, let's begin. Number 10. One of the cool things about Shao Kahn is that ever since his first appearance being in Mortal Kombat 2, he became the announcer for most of the games, even on titles where he wasn't in them, like the game Unreal Championship 2, the Leandra Conflict. Number 9. Shao Kahn is over 10,000 years old. However, he could actually be over 1,000,000 years old because in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Shao Kahn was already well known for his evil doings before Taven and Dagon were sealed. And they were sealed before Shinnok was banished by the Elder Gods. And according to Shinnok in Mortal Kombat 4, he said that Raiden had imprisoned him for millions of years. Therefore, Shao Kahn could actually be over millions of years old. Number 8. The first time Shao Kahn ever revealed his face in the games was in Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, which is surprising considering how many games it took to finally see what he looks like without the mask helmet in the games. However, his face was already revealed long ago in the comic books, so it wasn't exactly a surprise when we finally saw his face in Shaolin Monks. Number 7. Shao Kahn was originally supposed to be unmasked. Also, he was going to have a face like Baraka's because at the time of his early designs, every being from Outworld was Tarkatan. But then that idea was changed and Shao Kahn was no longer Tarkatan. Speaking of his mask, Shao Kahn's skull mask is actually a kabuto, which is a traditional helmet worn by Japanese samurai warriors. Number 6. In the parody fighting game known as Dive Kick, Kung Pao's story shows us that she is the daughter of Theodore Khan and that he is an evil dictator. Clearly, he is based on Shao Kahn, just as Kung Pao is based on Kung Lao. Number 5. The actor who portrayed Shao Kahn, Brian Glynn, was a bodybuilder, perfect for portraying the Emperor of Outworld. However, he was not as tall as you'd expect, and in a photo published by GamePro magazine showed Ed Boon with Brian Glynn, and it turned out that he is shorter than Ed Boon. So he was digitally resized to make him look bigger than the rest of the combatants. Number 4. One thing a lot of players seem to forget about Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 2 is that whenever he's sitting in his throne, he can be seen holding a really cool looking staff, but he never uses it in combat. Then in Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, he can be seen holding that staff again at the very end where he spectates the fights before it's his turn. It even has the same design as the one shown in Mortal Kombat 2. I wonder why he never gets to use it. Number 3. Surprisingly, we never got to see an animality for Shao Kahn in the video games, only in the movie of Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but even though it looks pretty damn awful, the concept of Shao Kahn's animality was a five-headed Hydra. Not bad for the Emperor of Outworld, but it would have looked 50 times better if they went with stop motion for the animalities. Stop motion clay looks very scary, so it would have been perfect. Number 2. In the intro to Mortal Kombat 9's story mode, Shao Kahn's appearance looks identical to his appearance in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. This does somewhat make sense since MK vs. DC Universe was canonically the previous game in the series, but it doesn't really make sense since this is showing us the results of what happened at the end of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Number 1. If you beat Mortal Kombat 3 with Shao Kahn, his ending will only say, Shao Kahn wins, which makes his ending the shortest ending description of all combatants. That's the least interesting ending of his though. In Mortal Kombat Deception, he teams up with Goro to take down Onaga, and in his ending from Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he has no problem defeating Blaze and those who oppose him, and he finally conquers every realm, which leads to him being driven by madness because there are no other realms to conquer. However, in the next game, in the canon story, which was Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, there he was imprisoned in the Phantom Zone by the end. But in his ending, we see that the Phantom Zone had the opposite effect on him. The Phantom Zone would take away your powers, but with Shao Kahn, it revitalized him, and he was able to break free, and all the criminals that were trapped in the Phantom Zone swore their allegiance to Shao Kahn, and now followed him on his quest to not only conquer realms, but conquer universes as well. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, please leave a like, share with others, and subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget to click on the little bell icon next to the subscribe button to notify of every new video that gets uploaded to the channel. Also, follow me on Twitter and Facebook to find out which videos are up next and whatever random posts I make. On Twitter, you can also vote on the next facts video you'd like to see, so you might want to check that out. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.